Hey YouTubians, this is JD coming at you with another video. This video is my dating website rules. I will go over all the rules of a dating website individually, each aspect of it. So without further ado, here we go. First, the types of people you will find on this. There's only 4 types. The first type is called the undesirables. Now, if for the record, if this offends you, you don't have to watch this video. I'm just being honest. You have people on these websites who are, if they went out to a bar, no one would give them attention. It's both girls and guys. They're unattractive, whether they don't look attractive or whether they're physically unattractive. Okay? And don't be offended. This is true. It's a fact of the matter. Life is life. So you're on this website to find someone to hopefully build a relationship based on talking in similar interests rather than actual physical attraction, which can happen, but that's what these dating websites are for, right? The second one are called the no timers. They're called the no timers. These are people who work a lot. I'm actually one of these people. I work about 45, 50 hours a week. I don't have time, or I don't have the money maybe to always go out to a bar and hope I find someone to meet. I used to, but I just don't have time anymore. So these are called the no timers. They don't have time to go out to a social setting 5 times a week and hope they meet someone. So this is their way around that. It just depends on the website. Usually, like with eHarmony or something like that, it'd probably be a little more straightforward. But the one I'm currently on, one called Meet Me, and I'm going strictly off this website for the most part. I'm sure it can apply to others, but I'm going strictly off this website. The third one's called the Fed Uppers, I call them. There are people, this one could probably apply to me a little bit too. For example, if you live in a small area, like a small county, you kind of get like a little type of girl or type of person that everyone is. Whether they're stuck up, in my case, every girl around here just wants to be with a redneck. No matter how shitty a person they are, no matter how bad they treat them, it has to be a redneck. So that's an example called the Fed Uppers. It could be they've dated guys from a similar clique of friends or group of people they've known, and they've just never had luck. Maybe they're all cheaters, or maybe they all just treat them like crap, or it just depends. Everyone's got their own situation. These are called the Fed Uppers. Then you have the last category, which is called the potentials. These are people who just get on there. They're not trying to date. They're just trying on there to have fun. And what I mean by, you'll have people on websites that actually are in relationships or are married, but yet they're on a dating website. So it's potentials. They're not exactly happy with what they have. They're happy enough to stay with it, but they don't mind looking. And as long as they disqualify themselves as, oh, I'm married, I'm just here for friends, they think it's okay. It's really not, because you're in a relationship and it's cheating. Even if you're not really trying to cheat on someone, but if the right person came along, it probably would mean you probably would cheat in a heartbeat. So those are the 4 categories: undesirables, no timers, Fed Uppers, and the potentials. You will not find anything that deviate. If you find someone, they will fit under one of these categories. So, okay. Next part of this is photos. I will go into photos. When it comes to the dating website scene, you can't rely on actually meeting the person and analyzing the person that way and looking at them. You have to rely on what you are given, the information you're given. Example, profile pictures, photos. But people lie, so you got to be careful. Here's some rules on, well, not rules, but kind of guidelines that kind of helps you figure out what you're actually looking at and not being deceived. If you get a picture and all the pictures of them close up, jump to the conclusion that that person's not very attractive from the face down. Or they have a horrible body. Or maybe you'll get a girl just has cleavage up. Odds are she does not have a nice body, she's a heavy-set person, or she's insecure about it. So you got to pick one or the other. Okay? She's either very attractive or it's very nice, but she's not comfortable with it. Usually, if a person is at least comfortable with themselves, they can take a picture. It doesn't have to be them like in a bikini, but they'll take a picture of themselves, like most of their body from like waist up at least, in a mirror or something. Okay, that's probably the best profile picture you could put. Okay, it shows your face, it shows your physique. Okay, it's honest. In my opinion, the close-up thing is a lie. That's just my opinion. You're lying about you're starting off someone meeting you as a deception. So that's my personal opinion on that. You don't have to agree with it. You can make your own video. The second rule is people in the picture. For example, what I mean is, let's say you have a picture and there's 4 girls. Okay. Well, let's just say 2 girls. Let's simplify it. 2 girls. Odds are the least attractive one in the picture is probably the girl profile you're looking at. And I know it sounds shallow, but it's true, because it boosts her self-esteem having her pretty friend in her picture with her. Now, do some girls have pictures with their friends that are not as attractive as they are? Sure. But I'm just telling you how it is. That's usually, in my experience on these websites, it's usually the less attractive of the two. That is the profile picture. I would say 99 times out of 100. And I would pretty much put money on that. So the third one is no proof person. What that means is you'll have someone who has like 100 pictures, but they're none of them of that person. For example, you have one that says love is this, and it'll be like some kind of meme about love, or some kind of funny picture, and there's hundreds of them, but there's not one picture of that person. So that leads you to believe a couple things. Either A, the person is, again, insecure about themselves, and they either are unattractive or they think they're unattractive. So right off the bat, you're dealing with someone who doesn't have any self-confidence, and you got to build up their confidence. This is probably why they had to meet me, the account, but yeah. 2, maybe they just don't want to share themselves with you, which some people are like that, but it's a dating website. You're supposed to put yourself out there. That's the point of it, which doesn't make sense. So again, it's a deception. Or 3, it's not a real profile. There are a lot of those. There's catfishes on there. It's not a real profile. You're getting gypped, and you're going to be suckered into it. Okay. 4, if someone is on there and they're showing way too much body, they're trying to draw you in with the wrong thing. Just giving you that heads up. If you got a girl and if you're looking at a girl's picture and all she shows is her in a bikini, every other picture is her in a bikini, is that nice to look at? Yeah. Is that going to draw your attention? Yeah. But that shouldn't be what draws you in. Okay. I'll give you an example. I saw a girl today. She had a lot of posts, and she had a picture of herself, and she was from about waist up. She looked very pretty. She had really nice eyes, and her posts were about finding someone to be with. Okay, it wasn't. I didn't think it was attention grabbing. It wasn't like, oh, pity me, which I'll get to that in a minute. But I was happy with what I saw. I was enticed. I was interested. So, what other kind of pictures are there? So in my opinion, the perfect profile picture you should probably have is maybe not profile picture, but a series of pictures. One, definitely of your face. Okay. Maybe one straight on. Maybe like from chest up. At least one kind of profile, and I like the one where the girl's like, will turn to the side, we'll take a picture, and it's pretty much a full body picture in a mirror. Okay, that's probably the best one to have. Those are the best ones because you're pretty much spelling it out. This is what I look like. This isn't all me. There's no secrets here. You don't have to dig and hunt. I understand why people do it. Like it might be insecure. They don't think people will talk to them. I have more respect for someone who just throws it out there of who they are than people who try to hide it, or people who overdo it to try to get attention. So now I'm going to go into the kind of posts you're going to see. Okay, that's my next next little segment. Most posts you're going to see on dating websites are it's going to be either dishing the opposite sex, okay, which happens a lot. Anyone, guy or girl, who has been hurt by opposite sex thinks it's their responsibility to disrespect the other sex, which you don't understand that if I'm a man looking for a girl and I see one's attractive, and I read the profile or her recent post that says all men suck, they're all cheaters, this and that. You know what? I'm not gonna talk to you because already you have a negative image of me, and I have a negative image of you because you're that shallow-minded to think that one guy screws you over or 10 guys screws you over, and that accounts for every aspect of my gender. So that's the first issue I have. That's the first thing. Is you'll have girls you have people posting things like that, and it's not just girls, men do it too. I speak from a man's perspective on this, to be fair, so I will have I'm not exactly 100% objective on this. I'm just going by my point of view. The second kind of post you're gonna get are attention getters. Like no one will ever love me. I just want someone to cuddle with. It's attention getters. Things that aren't like it's called I want to call it like subtext sexuality, where it's not implying sex, but it's implying something sexual, like love. Love is sexual. Love is sexual. And cuddling and kissing and all those things, those are sexual things. So it's subtext. It's not coming out and saying, oh, I want someone to fuck my brains out. It's coming out and saying, oh, I just want to have someone to cuddle with. Because we all know what cuddling leads to. So, to be fair, we all know what cuddling leads to. Not all the time, but it eventually does. If you cuddle enough times with someone, odds are you're probably going to get laid. So, that's the second kind of person you will deal with. And you're going to have the normal people. They're just going to post things about their day. They might answer a question, say, hey, someone hit me up, I want to talk. Some people do that way too often. There's the fourth kind, which I'm going to get into in a second, and I'll get to that in a second. This kind is usually the one I go after. They're just chill. They don't hit either end of they're not like either end of the spectrum. They're not super depressed at hating men. They're not super upset that they don't think they'll ever find love. They're not super attention getting. They're just mellow. They're really mellow. They're very chill. That's what draws me in personally. Then there's the last one. The last one is so I guess the best way to call it is desperation. I'll give an example. There's a person on this website I go to that every night she sends the same message. I need a guy who wants to be my boyfriend. It has to be between the age of 17 and 22. Hit me up. Okay. She sends this every night. She resends it. And how I know? Because I see the time on it every day. She resends it. Okay. Ladies, I'm going to give you some advice. Men are predator and hunters. Not predators, because that has a bad connotation. Hunters. And what I mean by that is we find a prey, we know how to get the prey. Okay? What that means is, for example, this happens in the county I'm in. A lot of girls in the county I'm in say, "Oh, I just want a redneck. I want a guy with a redneck, and he's a redneck and he has a truck and all that good stuff." Okay, you know what? Good for you. Whatever. I'm not going to judge, but when you say that you're laying out the playbook for the man to use things against you. Okay. He's a redneck. He has a truck. All he has to do is flirt with you. You meet his ideal guy. You will let a lot of crap go by the wayside because he fits your ideal. Example, I worked with a girl, she wanted to date a Marine. She had to date a Marine. And what did she do? She dated a Marine. Yeah, she married a Marine. And she was in an abusive relationship. He was addicted to cocaine. And she put up with it for a long time because he fit her ideal. Okay? I'm not saying all women do this. But where I live, a lot of women do. Okay, they squeeze a man into that little round peg and hope that he comes out and everything else is okay. That's all they care about. It's a redneck. He has a truck. That's all I care about. And does he drink too much? Is he out of control? Does he have money? Does he have enough money to take care of you? Does he beat you? Is he a dick to you around his friend? All those things take into consideration if you want a successful relationship. But you put all those things aside and focus on the two main things. And when you spell that out, you're giving men who are hunters the ingredients to hunt in it sounds like I'm going to say kill you, but you're giving them the ingredients to pursue you, okay, and manipulate you, okay. You can't give that to someone, okay. If you're playing a game, a sports game, do you want to tell them what you're going to do? You're going to tell them your plan? No. If that's what you want, keep it to yourself, okay. And then you'll find someone who fits that category and isn't trying to manipulate you into dating them. Okay, you'll find someone who has those things and then other better qualities, rather than putting on a front that you're going to fall for. And then that's what you want, but then they're going to hurt you, and you fall back into this category of resetting that. Okay, let's get back to the basics. What do I want? I want a redneck with a truck. I don't want to go. You just worry about your basics. Okay, there's more to it than that. Dating is a broader scheme. That's why there's dating websites. It's a very complicated, convoluted concept. Okay, so for example, back to the other person who said they just want a guy between 8, 17. Really, is that your standard? It's a guy that's between 17 and 22. That's your standard. That's where it ends. Anything else you're requiring from the guy? Does he have to be smart? Does he have to be stupid? Tall, short? We all have our types. We all have what we like. Okay? We're all shallow to a degree, but I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I like a girl. I don't like obese girls. I don't mind girls with some curves to them. Okay? There's a difference between curves and being pudgy and being fat. There's a difference. If you don't really know the difference and you get offended, that's your problem, not mine. Because I know the difference. You don't. Okay? Do I like skinny girls? Sure. I prefer girls with a little meat on their bones, like nice curves, and a really nice figure. I'm a butt man. That's my personal preference. Everyone has a personal preference. But there's more to it than just that. Okay? My ideal girl has a thin waist, a bigger butt, not huge legs, but like thick, nice, not muscular, but you can tell she like runs and stuff, legs. Okay? And I don't really care about boobs, and I prefer redhead. But have I always dated those things? No, because it's a guideline, and I veer off from that. Okay, that's how I personally operate. I'm just telling you. So, the last few things you got to understand about dating websites. There are a lot of fake profiles. If you see a picture and you're like, it's too good to be true, it's because it is. If you see a picture and it looks like it's done in a studio and she's absolutely gorgeous and this and this and this, guess what? That's a fake profile. You're getting catfished by either a dude trying to fuck with you, or maybe it's just a chick trying to sucker you into dating her. And that's how she hopes that maybe by talking you'll fall for her, and then you won't care when you show up and it's not who you think it is. Okay? Something's too good to be true. Odds are it's too good to be true. It's false. That's the biggest thing you got to worry about on these websites. Okay? And I will say this from personal experience. Don't worry about what anyone else says to you. Okay? Say what you want to people. If you think they're beautiful, say it. If you don't like them and they're messaging you, just outright say it. It's a dating website. You don't have to be nice to anyone. Okay? Think of it as a clock. You're on a clock. You're looking for someone, and other people are getting in that way by wasting your time. That's how it is. That's the dating world. You don't have to like that comment. You don't have to like that belief, but it's true. It's a dating website. And if someone's going to waste your time, you move on. You don't just be polite to be nice. And that sounds like I'm being an asshole, but maybe I am. But that's who I am. That's how I handle it. I don't just be polite to be nice. Okay. Oh man, I'm trying to think of anything else. Hold on. I guess the last part I haven't talked about is making your own profile. Like I said, the ideal picture for women is just make sure you're showing your face and make sure you're showing your physique. You don't have to show anything skimpy. You don't have to slut up. Just make sure you're seeing most of it. Like me, I usually show my face, upper body. I can show the rest of it. I don't really care. It's just habit for me. Um, I can show a full image picture if I want. It's usually what I usually do. I usually say in my profile that what I am looking for, I'm a fun guy, looking for someone to have fun with. If that means going out and seeing movies all the time, or coming over and watching Netflix 24/7, that's what I'm looking for. I'm not looking for anything too specific in that regard. But because I'm not a fan of, I haven't had any good relationships, so that's mine. That's probably my issue. Not everyone's like me. Obviously, some people have great relationships and they just can't wait to get into one. But you're also when you make your profile, just make your intentions clear. Don't make it wishy-washy. Like you'll see a lot of profiles, and I like these profiles honestly. Whenever you see one that says I have 3 kids, and they'll outright tell you, I have respect for that. Okay, that's not hiding anything. They're outright out there, and those women are usually more mature than the women who don't have anything, don't have any kids. Okay, they have responsibilities. They know how to handle themselves. They know how to take care of themselves. So don't just veer away from women with kids. Now there are downsides. Obviously, the girl knows how to not choose men. And that sounds mean, but it's true. If a girl is has 2 kids and she's divorced or single, apparently she has bad taste in men. That might be something said about you if you ask her out. It's definitely a possibility. It's just how the world works. It's the world we live in. We have more single moms now than we do couples, so to speak. And those single moms, they got a date too. Trying to think of what else. Okay, last of all, quick sum up. Profile. Picture, make sure you have your face. Try to get straight on and then profile. Try to get a decent body shot. I mean, it's just so people know. I think guys have I have a lot more respect for a girl who at least puts herself out there in the entirety of who she is than hiding parts of herself. So, and some people don't. Some people probably think, well, you don't have to impress me. So your job isn't to impress my standards. Well, to your own. That's fine. I'm just telling you the male perspective on this. When you make your profile, make your intentions known. I like to have fun. I'm not going to spend every day with you. I'm not going to spend my entire life with you. I work 40 plus hours a week. I have my YouTube channel I'm trying to do. I like to play video games and I like to hang out with my friends. If you want to squeeze into that, I'm perfectly fine with that. That's what makes me happy. Okay? But I'm not going to be your emotional rock every 5 minutes. Okay? Pictures, don't have to post too many, but post some for fun. Post the funny ones that draws attention to you. There's good, positive attention, and there's bad. When you post a pretty picture of yourself, not slutty, that's positive attention. When you post, I hate men, I'm never going to be happy, I need a guy to be happy, and this and that, that's negative attention. Okay? As a guy, how do I feel reading that? That's what a lot of girls don't understand. Like, I think some girls just think by reading it, I will take pity on you. And I will ask you out based on pity factor. No, I'm not going to do that. It sounds like begging, and dogs beg, not women. So, and it sounds mean, but it's true. So, that's just how I personally see it. I think that's about it. Again, to reiterate, get a nice profile picture, put yourself out there, make your posts. If you want to leave things generalized, that's fine. Like, hey, send me a text if you like, a message if you like me. Maybe here's my phone number, here's my Snapchat. Don't don't whore it up. You shouldn't be in the news feed. Like if you get on the website, you'll see the news feed. You shouldn't be in every news feed. Every 5 profiles, you shouldn't be in there. Okay. So that's my rules for dating, online dating. Um, don't take it too serious. If you take it too serious, you're gonna get hurt. For example, if you message like 3 girls and they don't message you back, if you look at it seriously, you just got rejected 3 times. The way I look at it is, who cares? Apparently, they're not really here to meet people. I don't understand the point of a dating profile if you're not going to message people back and talk to them. You get a gauge for people, and then you go off of that. That's why I'll go ahead and tell you guys my dating philosophy. My dating philosophy is very simple. You date as much as you can. That doesn't mean sleep around. It can mean sleep around, but you date as much as you can. I mean, you go out on dates as much as you can. You go meet new people. And every person you meet, you take a little piece of that person, just a little piece, and it gradually fills up like a graph, so to speak, or a pie. And every piece of them is a piece that you put in there. And eventually, when you go to find the person you love, the person you will spend the rest of your life with, they have a lot of those pieces that you got from each individual person. Some not as good, some not as bad. Like say you met a girl and she had bad teeth. That's something you take away. You're like, I hate girls with bad teeth. You find a girl with great teeth, she eliminates one of them. It's good and bad. So that's my personal opinion. If you're trying to save yourself for that one person, rarely does anyone ever have success with that. And the reason why that is because you don't have anything to gauge it on. If I dated one girl from high school till now, I'm 28 years old right now. Dated one girl from high school till now, I'm gauging everything I know about women and relationships and love off of one person. It's very one-sided. Okay? Even 5 people. You can have 3 of them people can have a lot of similarities. You need to diversify. Okay? I've gone on dates with girls with black hair, girls with red hair, skinny girls, tall girls, very short girls, girls that have a couple extra pounds. I've gone out with a black girl to dinner, to a movie once. I don't want to get anything in beyond that. I've gone out with an Asian girl. I've gone out with a girl who is German, girls British, so on and so forth. They're all got something about them that makes them special. Every woman has something that makes them special. Okay? Some women have a lot of things that make them special. You pick out all these things, and let's say you have 100 things total. From 100 women you've either been friends with, dated, slept with, whatever. Okay? Gone on dates with, but not slept with, whatever. What you end up having is you have 100 things to gauge it on. Let's say you only hit 80% of your criteria. That's still 80 things you like about that person, whether it's something that they don't do that you hate, and you're happy that they don't do it, or it's things that they do and you enjoy it. Okay? Rather than, let's say you dated 10 people, and they hit 8. That's 8 things. That's only 8 things you like about that person. Okay? So that is my philosophy on dating. It may not be the same for everyone else. Again, I personally have trust issues, so that's probably why it fits my lifestyle. So, but that's the way I personally believe. At some point, I'm going to meet that person who has a lot out of that piece of pie. Okay? So that's my video. Take it easy, YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe, please. If you enjoy life, share. If you don't enjoy life, share. And then kill yourself. No, I'm just kidding. Don't kill yourself. That's bad. See you, YouTube.